The episode begins with Anurag telling everything to lawyer Samir. Samir asks Ishani why she did not go to the police. Ishani says she did not want to involve police in family matters. Anurag says Ishani wants a mutual divorce. On the other side, Nandini tells Pihu not to talk to Anurag. Raj Didi says Anurag may trap Pihu in a new plan. Nandini tells Shashwat to talk to a lawyer about transferring his company shares to her name. Pihu asks why Shashwat has to give money to Nandini. Nandini says Pihu won't understand. Shashwat says he doesn't want Ishani to get anything, so he is planning to transfer his shares in Nandini's name, and he trusts Nandini that she will return his shares to him later. Raj Didi says Nandini understands Shashwat the best. Shashwat says Nandini supported him in his difficult situations. Pihu says she doesn't even want Ishani's shadow in their house. Raj Didi says Shashwat threw Ishani out of the house at the right time. Later, Shashwat tells Nandini that his team doesn't want him to share his company shares in her name. Nandini says she just wanted to help Shashwat. She tells him to do what he wants. Shashwat hugs her and tells her that he loves her. Nandini asks him why he is confessing suddenly. Shashwat says he was stressed all these days due to Ishani, but now he is free. And he doesn't have any stress in business either because of Nandini. Nandini says at least she needs power of attorney to manage everything. Shashwat tells her that he will do that. Nandini says she is worried about Pihu. She asks him to divorce Ishani as soon as possible. Shashwat says Ishani will ask for alimony if he initiates divorce then. Samir calls Shashwat and tells him that he is handling Ishani's divorce case. He says Ishani wants a mutual divorce, but if Shashwat won't agree to a mutual divorce, then the case will go to court and Ishani's alimony demand should be fulfilled by Shashwat. Shashwat says he is ready for mutual divorce, and he will talk to his lawyer. He asks how many days it will take to complete the formalities. Samir replies it will end in a couple of days and disconnects the call. Nandini tells Shashwat that Ishani is desperate to marry Anurag. Shashwat says he is happy he got rid of Ishani. Nandini asks him to not forget business matters. Shashwat asks her to marry him. Nandini asks how her son will accept this. She says they are staying in the same house, so that doesn't matter. Shashwat tells her that she is right and hugs her. Anurag says Shashwat doesn't want to give alimony, that's why he agreed to a mutual divorce. Ishani says she is surprised Shashwat agreed to a mutual divorce because she thought he would take revenge on her. The episode begins with Ishani tells Samir that she wants freedom from Shashwat as soon as possible. Samir tells her to fill out the petition form. Ishani agrees and leaves from there with Anurag. In the cafeteria, Anurag could not believe Shashwat agreed to a divorce so easily. Ishani tells him that Shashwat can do anything. Anurag feels Shashwat agreed to a mutual divorce to avoid alimony. Ishani tells him that they should go home before anyone sees them. Anurag tells her that she submitted a petition, and she should not worry about thinking about what others will say. Ishani tells him that it's not easy for her to forget everything. Anurag asks her to trust him because he will heal her wounds. Ishani tells him that she trusts him. Anurag says he is in front of Ishani because of her, and it's their fight, not hers. Ishani gets afraid that she may increase Anurag's problems. Anurag asks her to not worry about him. He says God gave them another chance to unite. Ishani says she doesn't know. Anurag asks her what her heart says. Ishani says she stopped asking her heart because they can't win against fate. Anurag tells her that they can write their fate fighting against life. He says time changes, so Ishani should not have any negative thoughts. Ishani says she lost everything, so Anurag should understand her emotional state. Anurag says Ishani is really brave, but she doesn't realize that. Ishani says she is sad because Pihu misunderstood her. Anurag asks her to think about her happiness. He asks her whether she will begin her life with him after divorce. Ishani says she did not think about that. Anurag says it seems like Ishani doesn't want him. Ishani asks him not to get angry because her mental trauma is not letting her Think about all this. She asks whether Anurag met Pihu in the college. Anurag tells her that Pihu was glaring at him, which made him awkward. Ishani says, Pihu is a kid. Anurag says Pihu is neither a kid nor immature. And he refuses to forgive Pihu for what she did with him. Pihu sees them and claps. Anurag and Ishani see Pihu. Pihu tells her friends that Ishani is her father's second wife, and Ishani is having an extramarital affair with Anurag. She asks Anurag whether he is not ashamed to do all this. Anurag warns Pihu not to cross her limits. Ishani asks Pihu how the latter is doing. Pihu says Ishani doesn't have the right to ask that. Ishani tells Pihu that she decided to take a mutual divorce, and Shashwat agreed too. Pihu says Ishani could not wait to unite with Anurag. Ishani asks why Pihu is angry at her. Pihu says Ishani ruined her family. Ishani blames Nandini for everything. Pihu tells Anurag that Ishani can never become part of his life. The episode begins with Pihu says Ishani can't become part of Anurag's life. Never. Anurag asks her who she is to decide that. He advises her to focus on her life instead of his life. Ishani tries to talk to Pihu by touching the ladder. Pihu tells Ishani to shut up and pushes her. Anurag holds Ishani before she falls down. He yells at Pihu in anger. He says Pihu can't behave with Ishani like this. Pihu leaves. From there, on the other side, Shashwat tells Nandini that he arranged transfer papers. Raj. Didi asks Shashwat what he will do if he gives everything to Nandini then. Nandini asks whether Raj Didi doesn't trust her. Raj Didi says she did not say it. Like that. Shashwat tells his sister that he faced loss in business, so he needs Nandini's help. And also he doesn't want Ishani to get alimony. Nandini says Ishani is busy with Anurag, and Anurag will throw Ishani out of the house soon. Shashwat tells his sister that Ishani wants a mutual divorce, and he is glad he need not give alimony. Nandini says Ishani did not get a divorce yet, but is staying in Anurag's house, and she is glad Ishani left their house. Raj Didi says this is good news, and she claims Ishani left because of Nandini. She tells Shashwat that Ankita and Yash will stay in Ankita's house for a few days. Shashwat says Nandini is supporting him in his difficult situations. Raj Didi says Ishani came as the daughter-in-law of this family, but ruined the family. And it happened because Ishani is not equal to their status. Pihu enters the house and locks herself in her room. Shashwat says Pihu went to college, so she would have met Ishani there. Nandini tells Shashwat that if this continues, then Pihu may go into depression. She hopes Pihu doesn't hurt herself. They go near Pihu's room. Pihu recalls Anurag's words. She says Anurag insulted her and made fun of her feelings because of Ishani. She feels Ishani never loved her but used her. She regrets not seeing Ishani's real face, and she decides to never forgive Ishani. She thinks her death will take revenge on Ishani and Anurag. She eats sleeping pills. She says Anurag and Ishani can never stay happy. Meanwhile, Anurag's mother says Ishani completed the family, and she praises Ishani. She tells Anurag and Ishani that she will start their marriage preparations once the divorce happens. Ishani says she has not thought about that yet. Anurag's mother says it's a mutual divorce, so it will happen soon. Ishani says she wants to do the job. Anurag says that's a good plan. He asks her to study well and get a job. Anurag's mother tells them that marriage is important. She says Anurag loved Ishani only and waited for her, so Ishani should think about him. The episode ends.